Welcome back to the prototyping stage. Here we are going to turn the website to a functional website. We are going to prototype. I will be teaching you the basics and also will be doing some advanced prototyping as well. Okay, so for those that have not that don't have this file, I will recommend you go and watch the video where we build the entire website from scratch, so that you get a file that you'll be able to work on. Or maybe I can leave the file, a link to this file in the description, so you can easily follow along. So let's get started. The first thing we are going to begin is the header here. So on the header, I'm going to begin with this logo here. So this particular one I'm going to duplicate, right, and I'm going to duplicate the entire product like this. So what we are going to do here is to convert this man to a component. To do that, you just come here and click on components to convert, and once you convert it to a component, add what we call variant. Okay, so what we are meant to do here is basically to customize the variant the way we want it to be. If you hover, when the mouse touches this game star, it should change to a different look, so it will for the audience to all know that it's live or it's clickable. So to do that, I'm going to come to this color here. I just want to, you can design it to your text, but for me I just want the color to change like this. So once there is a hover, then the color should once you hover on this man, the color should change. And to prototype it now, you switch to the prototyping view and drag this box like this. Once you do that, a lot of things will come up here, probably not as mine, but we just have to do this into the trigger, change it from click to Y hovering, and then change the animation type from smart animate to instance. I know yours might be instance already. Okay, so the same thing we are going to do here. I'll select this one, the products, go back to design, convert this to a component, and add a variant. So what I'm meant to do here is to select this particular one, add it a fill, go to the fill and choose our purple color here, right? And then I'm going to select this to like this, give it a rounded corner of 10. I'm holding shift by the way to select multiple things at the same time, right? So I'm adding 10 corner radius there. Select this one, is reduce the opacity fill to something like 20. Okay, no stop please. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is to do the same thing to this one basically. So add a component and add variants. So select this one, right click and say copy, go to copy / pastes and copy property. Select this particular one, right click and then say copy / pastes and then paste property, and here you have it. So select this one, give it a 10 corner radius there. So basically do the same thing to the rest. Alright, it is now time to prototype them as well. So switch to the prototyping view, select this one and drag like this and change it to from click to Y hovering. Do the same thing here, from click, Y hovering, from click to Y hovering. So make sure that the settings are the same as well, from click to Y hovering. Alright, so basically I'm going to do the same thing to this one. So let's duplicate like this. Alright, so add a component and add a variant, add another component and add a variant like this. So I'm going to give them the same type of view that I gave to this people here. Copy property and come here and paste property. So I'm going to also duplicate this one like this. I will add components and add variant. So to customize this particular one, I will select the button like this. I don't need to do much. You can just if you desire to customize it as much as you want, you are free. Okay, so all I just have to do is to go to this linear gradient field here, and I did this one to something like 30, and then I'm good. So I'm going to select this, go to the prototyping menu here, and from while hovering and while hovering. Alright, now that we've done something like this, we need to replace the instances of this component that we have curated to this design like this. Okay, so to replace them, I will switch to our assets and then go to the places you've created it. Under your asset, you're going to see all the instances here. So all you just have to do is to drag them out. So what I'm going to do, when I drag this one out, switch to design, press Ctrl X, select and press Ctrl X, and then select the particular button there, press Ctrl Shift R to swap. By so doing, you're going to easily swap without having to do much. So Ctrl Shift R to swap, and basically do the same thing to the rest. Ctrl X, Ctrl Shift R. Okay, and then game cell, Ctrl X, Ctrl Shift R. Alright, so you can decide to do the same thing to this ones, but I think I'm going to leave this next and previous. I'm going to prototype this ones too. So select this one like this. I just want to duplicate them individually so we're not going to get confused. Alright, so all we just have to do is to convert to component and add a variant, and convert to a component and add a variant like this. So remember the way we designed the other one, just to select this button, go to the fill opacity and make it 30. So we are good. So for this, I think it's going to be slightly different. I'm going to give it a fill like this, and change it to this color right here, and change the opacity to something like 20. Yeah. So and then I'm going to prototype. So select this, drag to this button, and while hovering, select this, drag to this one, and say while hovering. So basically, it's actually very important you arrange your component as you create them, so that whenever you need them, you know where they are. So since we've created them, we need to replace them with their instances. So what you just go and drag it from here and drag it from here. So press Ctrl X, select this, Ctrl Shift R, select this, Ctrl X, and Ctrl Shift R to replace. It's more like paste and replace. Okay, so is there another thing that we need to convert a component? Okay, I think this button here, maybe we'll be needing it. I'm going to convert, go to design, convert a component and add a variant. And to design this, while this one is selected, press Shift X to swap the stroke. And I'm going to make the weight of the stroke 2 and make the color of the text here white, like that. So, and basically prototype again that when you come here, when you hover on this man, you should change to that here. So I will basically drag and go and drop it where it is, and drag it out here like this. Shift 2 to zoom closer. So Ctrl X and Ctrl Shift R to swap. Okay, if there's anything you would want to change, if you click or if you hover on it, you can basically do it like that. Okay, let's say I wanted that anytime you hover on this about us like this, okay, it should change color for an instance. So we can basically do that. select this one, and then switch to design, add a component and add a variant like this. Select one and then design it. Maybe whenever there's once you hover on it, you should basically change to a perfect white like this. Maybe change to this color for some reason. Yeah, so I will select this one, switch to prototype, and say just drag the node there and connect, and say on trigger just say hovering, it should change to this color. If you hover on this one, it should change to this. So that is exactly what you've done there. And take it aside, go and bring the instance from here like this. Press Ctrl X to cut, and come here, double click to select this text frame, press Ctrl Shift R to paste. Basically drag your components to where they are like this. Okay, so the next one we are going to start doing is to I want you to look at something like this. If you want to preview your prototype, right now you select the frame like this and press you can basically launch from here, or you add a starting frame and so on and so forth, but you can press Shift space bar and to bring this preview. Now if you hover on these people, you can see the effect right there. Okay, I want you to watch now. If I scroll, the header is scrolling around too. I don't need it. I want this header to be static, just like normal website. Okay, so for us to do that, we are going to select this header, and then we have some issues right now, but let me show you something. If I select this header, go to the, make sure you're on prototype and go to the position, say from scroll to parent to stick at top or fixed position, any of them will serve you well. Now when we refresh this man and scroll like this, I want you to notice something. Is sticking at top now, but I don't know, it's kind of transparent, and our text is not like it doesn't have like a distinction. It's trying to blend in. We don't need that. Why is it happening like that? Let me duplicate this man and show you something. When I duplicate this man now, I want you to see that it's totally transparent, and that's why you are seeing what you are seeing there. So what if I select this man and go to the fill and give it a fill color like this? Maybe give it any of these colors there. Let me give it this color. Now when I give it this color there, you can see it's no longer transparent. So that is exactly what I'm going to do here now. Select this man and go to fill and give it this particular fill here like this. So once you can see we have given it a fill, click on this one to refresh your prototype, and you cannot see, but we have some issues there. It's sticking, but some things are instead of passing under, they are over, and that is because of the way it is tagged. If you go back to file, you see that this man, there are a lot of elements that are on top above it. That means those elements is going to match, can I say match it and then move away. But is there any way we can make this one to be on top of everything, so that every other element will pass through? They will not pass above, they'll be through this header. Yeah, there's a way. Remember when we were designing, I told you that you can select an element, right click and say bring to front. So when I do that, you cannot see that after this desktop frame, okay, you now have this man as the second one, which is now among the toppest. Now if I consider, now if I refresh my prototype now and then I scroll, can you see every other thing is passing under? But if you're not satisfied with viewing it like this, you can as well expand your view this way. So by so doing, you'll be able to see it in a preview. If it's not looking nice like mine, you can just scroll up. When this one comes up, click on this advanced and make sure it's on actual size or fixed width. Any of them will be able to be nice. Okay, so now if you scroll, you begin to see something, but I want you to notice an error here. There's an error, and the error is that okay, if this header is blocking your way, like I want to see something there but it's blocking my way, or what you can do is to click on this advanced and then say hide UI Ctrl/. Okay, now can you notice that error there? The error is there because this is where this man stopped. Can you see this man stopped here, but some of our elements are extending beyond that place. So what we can do is to drag this one like this and then drag this one like this. But when we do that, it's no longer proportional. It's not going, some of the elements are not going beyond our grid. Okay, like this grid now, this guy that is there, no element that is important that should go beyond that place. Okay, what we can do is that, if you remember on the design stage, we gave a margin of 72 when we are creating the frame. The same thing we are going to do here. Select this one. Now go to the padding here and give the horizontal padding 72. Yeah, perfect. Now we have this man extending like this, but the content inside is having 72. And if you go back to the preview again, I think we'll have solved that problem. Oh, congratulations. Yeah, it's working now. And now if you hover around, you can see our hovering is working now. Okay, if you hover on this, you can see it's working. You can see it's working. Interesting. Yeah, so the next one, let's see. The next way we are going to prototype this is to actually duplicate this man. Control, I'm holding Alt and clicking and dragging to duplicate. So while this frame is still selected, desktop 4, while desktop 5 is still selected, you press Control D and Control D and Control G. You duplicate up to 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the first thing we are going to do now is you select this one like this, the name, and then come to the bottom here and squash this one like this. So I want to make it a perfect desktop frame. So to do that, I think I need a guide now. What I can do is to select the desktop, the frame tool, and then bring up the desktop frame size here. Yeah, this is what I want. I want to use this man to know when it's perfect. That is the desktop size is perfect. So when I drag, yeah. So as I'm extending this one, I want it to be perfect. Alright. When you zoom closer, you can see once it says in, you're going to see a red asterisk there, meaning that is the size that I'm looking for. So I'll bring this one here like this. So the main purpose of what I'm doing is that you can see each of these things has like a different sections like this, like this is section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I want to be able to demarcate. Each section should be in a different frame basically. Alright, so what I'm going to do next, shift this one here, so the next section should be here. So what I'm going to do is that if I drag this one here like so, okay, make sure it covers like that, and just shift this one a little bit like this, and make this one like this. Okay, so I want to hide this section and review only this section. To do that, it's going to be weird now. Why? So I'm going to show you why. Just select everything like this, make sure the frame is not selected, and click and drag. If you cannot select, just make sure the main frame is not selected, because if it's selected and you drag, you're going to be moving it around, and that is not what you want. Deselect by clicking on empty space and click and drag like this. So make sure everything is selected within. Okay, then come here to what we call constraint, change it from top to bottom. Okay, and then go back again and click on the main frame and drag it here now. So you can now see we have gotten it, and now it's good now. Okay, I need to bring this one here. Alright, if this one is coming out, please, we don't need it. I just selected it. Use arrow key to move it to the bottom there. I don't need this one to show up here again. If it's showing, yeah, just make sure it's hidden. Alright, so we now have this one. The next one is okay. Let's see, the next one is here. So I'll first of all select the main frame and drag like this to clip, and select the entire stuff again. Make sure the main frame is not selected, and drag from inside to make sure that every item is inside, and then change it from top again to the bottom, so that we can now not squashing but clip in place. This is a different operation. Squashing is a different operation, which this tutorial will not go into. Alright, in short, it's not even advisable you squash things here, because once you do, you are spoiling everything. So I'm going to click from the center here, okay, and make something like this. Okay, I think I might need to select everything here like this, and just bring it down a little bit like this. Okay, and we are good. Okay, so the next one is this one here. Okay, first thing to do, select the main frame and make it like this. Alright, make sure to select the main frame and select everything like this and change it from top to bottom. Alright, and select the main frame again. Oh, interesting. You can see this one is not doing that because I remembered not to change the constraint. So select it, change it from top to bottom, and now we have something like this. Okay, now I can click like this. So I stand to make sure the size is correct. Okay, if it's not centered, you try and make sure it's centered like this. Okay, every other element that is not supposed to be there should be out. Alright, so I think I'm going to leave you to do the last one. Okay, but maybe I'm not. Okay, I'll guide you through. Okay, because there are some things that we need to observe there. Select everything here like this, from the beginning to the top to this last one here, change to bottom, so that if I drag, yeah, just make sure you don't forget, just like the one I'm forgetting now. Okay, there are sometimes that if you've included some other things that you have changed already, you see it's no longer showing anything. Just click inside, change it to bottom, and everything will become bottom again. So now I have something like this. So I think I'm not going to make this section different and this section different, because their space is not that much. So no matter, like, if I try to make them like differently, desktop side differently, I think I'll start making a lot of adjustment that might not be necessary for what I'm trying to achieve now. Okay, so that's why I'm not going into making them different. So I'm going to leave them like this. Okay, so now that I've gotten it like this, it is not time to start prototyping, maybe getting some fun. Alright, so the next thing is to select this first one, duplicate like this. So when I duplicate, what you can do is that you select this one and move it out of the frame like this. Okay, let's just do it like this. Or maybe let me show you something. I'm going to okay, just for me not to confuse you, let's just move this one like this out, and then move this one like this down, and then select the entire stuff here and move it down like this. Okay, while they are still selected there, so they are still selected, go to the appearance and take the opacity to 0, and then it'll be gone. I don't need this weird stuff here. Please have a nice day. Okay, so what we can add is to select the main frame, go to the prototyping session, and then select this man, just drag it like this, and change it from click to what to call after delay, and change it. The animation should be smart animate, and then your curve here might probably be ease in or ease out. Change it to what? Change it to custom bezier, and then all you just have to do is to come here, drag this one all the way to the end there, and drag this one to this end. Okay, so how many minutes or seconds do you want the animation to get delayed before it will play? So I think for now I'm going to make it 15 milliseconds, and then the duration should be 1000 milliseconds, which is approximately 1 second. Okay, so now what you do is that you select this one, just select this particular one and press shift backspace like this, and then you have the animation. If you want to play it again, you play like this. Okay, something like this. You can see it's looking interesting. Okay, the next one is this particular one here. I'm going to duplicate this one again like this. Okay, and I'll select this one, move it to the bottom like this, and select everything. Okay, let me first of all do this. I will select this too, and then move it like this, just out, and I'll select this one and then move them further. So why I'm moving it further, if you might want to know, is that if it's far from them, they will come last. They will not just come uniform. They are going to be coming like there will be a little bit of delay, and that will make it look much more better than them coming in the same time. Okay, so I'm going to prototype again, select, and then prototype. Just drag this one from here to this one, change it from click to after delay like this, and make it 50 milliseconds, and the duration should be 1000 milliseconds. Okay, so if I select this one now, you can see the way it is there. So if I play again, you refresh. Okay, there's a little bit of jiggery there, but I think it's kind of cool. Alright, so you can see these features now, these ones that are on top came last, and that is just cool. And I never wanted them to come at the same time. Alright, so you can see this one and this one plays differently, and this one and this one plays differently. So how do we connect this one and this one to play, just like for them to look to be as one website basically? So what we will do now is to select this particular one. Now you are going to prototype, just click and drag here. So what I'm going to do here is to change it from click to this one called key/gamepad. Now this key, what you're basically meant to do is that is trying to ask you which key on the keyboard that when you press it, you should navigate to that particular frame. So I'm using the arrow key the top arrow key. So you can see it here. That means when my when I'm here, for instance, and then if I play here like this, okay, it's going to, let's say refresh, I'm here now, and it will jump to this one. While I'm here, I will now press the arrow key top. It will now move to this one, and then because I've set this one that once it is at 15 milliseconds, it should now jump to this one. Okay, I don't know if that is clear, but if you have any question, please do it to put it down in the comment section. I'll try as much as I can to help you out. Okay, so now what if I'm here and I want to go back? Let's say because if you are here and then the animation plays and enters this one, and you now press the arrow key, so always before you do, make sure you have this one selected before you press. Okay, you have the arrow key like this. Now what if I want to go back? I cannot go back now. I can like I'm left at the dead end now. I can only be moving forward. So what I will do is that I'm here. Okay, I'm going to prototype this one like this to go back to this empty one, and then I will change it from click to keypad here. And since I use the arrow key up top to be moving forward, I will use the arrow key backward, downward to go backward. Okay, so now if I'm here and click and use the arrow key top, you can see that, then use the arrow key down to move that. Interesting. Okay, so the same thing I'm going to do here, select this, duplicate like this, and basically however you want it you can. Okay, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to spend much time here. For the sake of this video, I think I'm going to make it as simple as possible so I don't get you confused. There's something I want to do here that will be interesting. I want to, before I do this, I have to make sure I do not duplicate this, okay? So I just press Ctrl Z to undo to this level, okay? I'm going to select a rectangle like this, okay? Then I'll select this one, right click like this, and then send to back. Now it's not back of the text. Select, hold shift and select the text as well. Right click and say use as a mask. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate now like this. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is to select this one. You can see I now have the mask here, and then if I double click, I can now select the actual object inside. Okay, I'm going to use the arrow key to move. Since I've created a mask, if I move beyond that mask there, it's going to be hidden. So I just believe that you understand what I'm doing already. So this one, I'm going to, maybe let me make it stylized. Since I've added an auto layout here, I'm going to make something like this. Give it a gap that will make it go out of the frame like this, and then make it take the opacity to 0. And then this one's maybe just move them like this. I'm going to move it on the bottom, and this one's all this text I'm selecting like this. Just zoom closer so you don't have to select multiple things. I'm using the arrow key and holding shift to move faster. I select this one. Just be careful. Be careful. And move like this. If you want to spice it up, you can basically select this man here. Okay. And then rotate it something like 90 degree. And move it down. I'm selecting everything there and then moving it down like this. Okay, so now I'll select this one and go to the prototyping, drag like this, and change it to after delay and make it 50 milliseconds. And yeah, everything is cool. So the only thing is I have to do now is to select this one, link it up to this one. That's when I use the arrow key on this one from click to keypad. When I use the arrow key top, you should navigate to this, and when I'm here, if I use the down arrow key, you should go back to this and change it from click to gamepad and use the arrow key down, and then you have it. Okay, so let's play our animation. You click and then place. You can repeat like this. Interesting. Okay, wow, I like what I'm seeing. And if you want to go back, use the arrow key there. Okay, wow, I love it. Okay, the next one is here. You duplicate this like this. It's not actually nice. You bring too many animation in, so try as much as you can that you minimize the amount of movement on your website, so it doesn't look weird, because when you bring too many animation, things might start getting weird. Maybe I'll drag this one to the top there. Okay, perfect. And I'll make this one something like this. Okay, I think I know what's left. If I go back to design and then I drag this on, as I'm dragging it now, it's still behaving weird. I want that if I drag it, it should be hidden. In that way, since this one is an auto layout, if you go and click on this called the clip content, so if I drag now, wherever the text is, it will automatically clip the content, and I want it to be here, but it's not in the center now, which will make it look weird. For it to be in the center, I'm going to hold Alt key and then click like this. Okay, you can zoom closer. I just want everything to be hidden. is not possible, but at least it's kind of okay. If it's not, just make the opacity 0, and then you will select and go back to prototyping, drag this man line to this, and change it to after delay, and change it to 50. Okay, then I'm going to get the idea right. Select this, you prototype this back to here, and change it to keypad, and okay, I'm doing this opposite, so this is going to be down arrow key, while this one is going to be up arrow key like this. Change to keypad and arrow key top. So let's play. You have this. When you select this one, you say you can restart. Alright, so you use the arrow key to move like this. Wow. Wow. Okay. I think I believe the programmers will know what to do to be able to code the animation there. Alright. The next one is this particular side. I don't want much movement. All I can do here is to select these people, this one, and just drag it to the bottom here. Then select this, move it down like this, and select this, move it down like this. Okay, move it to the side like that. Okay, and oh god, I guess someone should have reminded me that I'm messing things up, but okay, so please, I needed to have like a backup, not like a backup, but a brother, because I need to go from an empty frame to a frame that is filled up. Okay, so I'm going to, let's just drag this onto the bottom here, so it's not going to be distracting. Oh, okay, so select this, and drag it down like so. Select this, drag it like this, and select this, drag it like this. Okay, and well, I think I would have done something here, but I'm going to bring it like this, and go to design and make the opacity 0. And this particular one here, maybe with this, drag it down and make the opacity 0. Okay, so select and switch to prototype, and make sure the frame is the one selected, and drag to the next frame here. So after delay, 15 milliseconds there, and this, so connect this one to this one, and use the arrow key top, when I use the arrow key top, you should navigate to there. Then when I use the arrow key here, when I use the arrow key down, it should go back. Alright, if I use the arrow key, I'm going to select this one too, drag another node to here, and then change it. If I use the arrow key, gamepad, and use the arrow key here, so here you can see I have given it stuff. Here it said if you use the arrow key down, you should navigate back to this, which will play this and definitely play this and this. But if you are here and you give the arrow key top, it will take you back to the very start end, and then we can do something. So click here to see our prototype. Okay, so here we go. When you hover, the hovering is working, but I'm going to take this and hide the UI. The hovering is working here, and when here, and you can see it's working, yeah, like this, okay. So if you use the arrow key top, it moves like this, okay. If you use the arrow key down, you go back. If you use arrow key top, it goes to the next one, arrow key top again, it goes to the next one, and then if you use the down arrow key, it goes downward like this. Arrow key top goes up, arrow key top goes to the next frame, interesting. Arrow key down goes back, arrow key top, interesting, and arrow key top, interesting, yeah, okay. So, and the good thing about this particular one is that you can basically customize it, but I just want to warn you, I'm going to highlight some things there so you understand what is happening. Let me show you something. Okay, why this one? Remember, this one is long. You can as well scroll to the top. So if you hover on this one, you can remember what we did here, and if you hover on this, you can remember. So this is basically it. Okay, so I want to show you something that is important, very important. Okay, watch. If I select the frame tool and then go to iPhone 16 here, watch. If I add something like this here, let's say I have something like this here, okay, and go to design and make this man red, and I have another one like this. I duplicate this one, make it something like this, I want you to watch. iPhone 16 here has a rectangle. iPhone 16 iPhone 16 1 here has a rectangle called rectangle 24, and iPhone 16 2 has a rectangle too called rectangle 24. So they are having the same name. And if I prototype here, that if you click here and use smart animate, on click, change to this, and I prototype again, on click, change to this, just use smart animate. So if I preview this man now, watch. If I click like this, you see what happens. Did you see? But watch, if I come here to this man and do the same thing like this, iPhone 16 like this, and I add a rectangle like this, just change the color to something different like this, okay. So if let's say I add another iPhone 16 for instance, and I add a rectangle like this, okay. So I pick this color here. So now in your own view, if I should prototype this man, what do you think will happen? On click, so look at the settings here, and on click and look at the settings. So if I launch the prototype and if I click on this one, did you see what is happening? I don't know if you understand what is happening now. So if I select this one and click like this, did you see the cool animation that it's giving us now? So you might not ask, why is this one not doing the same thing? I want to show you something. If you select this one now, iPhone 16 1, it has a rectangle called rectangle 24, and this man also has a rectangle called rectangle 24. So basically, because the name of this man and this man is the same, and that's why the transition looks so cool. But on this one, the name is rectangle 26, and this one, the name is rectangle 25. Watch, if I copy this man, Ctrl C, and make it and paste the name here, Ctrl V, that means for them to have the same name now, rectangle 25, and then I play the animation again. Can you see what is happening? So please, I believe with this pro tip that I've given you, you now understand how Figma animation works and why our design is looking cool. Because you might start doing your own from scratch and you forget something. You forgot the way I did it. You forgot that I first of all designed everything on one frame before I started duplicating the same frame and making it the way I have made it already, and then it started working so nice. So please, with this, I'm going to say bye. I'll be updating you guys with other tutorials as well. And if you see any design or any prototype that looks confusing that I think you would want to learn, I think it is nice you reach out to me on the comment section, and then I will try as much as I can to make tutorials and teach you how such kind of stuff are done. Okay, so with this, I'll say bye.